About showing its face with some lovely blossom and buds coming through on some of the shrubs and the plants in the garden. Also some of our veg that's growing, and the rhubarb in the garden as well. The hellebores, the daffodils, the colour is fantastic. So seasons are changing, we're heading towards spring, and I'm sure that's going to be an absolutely wonderful year. Yes, and when it comes to this time of year, with the forsythia in flower, it gives me my cue for a couple of jobs. So I'm going to be pruning down the hybrid tea roses, getting them down to the ground, finish off some of the tidying on the larger shrubs that I left because they're younger plants, so they were okay for the winter. Get that all tidied, just clear the edges of the borders now, get everything ready for spring and summer. Oh, it's so lovely to see these buds coming on all the trees and the plants and some of the flowers coming out. It fills you with joy. And around about 6:30 this morning, I went down to the greenhouse and just had a say hello to a couple of the plants down there. And so I'm going to take you down there to start with today, where we're going to be putting in some seeds ready for this year's harvest. So without further ado, as they say, welcome to the February edition of A Year Gardening. Well, the other year I successfully grew a variety of tomato called Marmande, and I've bought a packet again for this year. They were a nice sweet beefsteak tomato, and so hopefully we're going to get a nice crop of those this year. Just show you how I sow them. Well, I've prepared a nice little tray of compost. So I'm just going to get the seeds, pop them into my hand. Not a massive amount now, there's quite a few stuck in the corner. See if I can get those out. That's going to be enough for this little tray here. And they're a large enough seed that we can actually separate them out so we can put them in individually. And we'll just pop them down into the compost. I like to put them an inch or so apart if I can. And we'll get these down there. Get 3 rows through there, a couple going in together there. And 2 close so I can separate them out individually once they've germinated. Just a couple more to go up here. One for luck. I'll just get some compost and lightly spread that over the top. Give it a nice gentle covering. There we go. And just turn that down a little bit. Lovely. A little bit of water on that. And we'll just keep that nice and damp until we've got some germination. Whilst I'm down here, I thought we'll just pop in a few early courgettes as well, get some going. Courgettes are rather large seed, as you can see here. Nice and large, so we can put these in individually. Put them in on the side, around about 1 centimetre deep, about 3 or 4 centimetres apart. There we go. And we'll do another row there, and another one over the back there. Get those in nicely. Push them down. And one more. Look, there's one more in there. That's the wrong packet. This is the packet with the courgettes in. There we go. Pop that into the side there, and just bring compost slightly over each one. Boom, 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 boom. And a little water. Label, and that one can come over onto the shelf as well. So we're getting ready for growing. Brilliant. Let's go and have a look at the roses. Well, as I said, forsythia in flower, so it's time for me to have a look at my hybrid teas and cut those down. I'm going to take those down to around about 6 to 8 inches from the ground, and then they should grow on and give us a nice display this year. So I'll show you what I do there. Well, we've got quite a few roses in this area, and we have this. I'm just going to take this down. I don't know whether you can make it out, but there's a nice bud just growing here. So I'm going to take that just above there, and I cut across at a slight angle, so any water coming down is just going to roll off, and it's not going to go inside and damage the stem. So this one here, I'm just going to take right down here because I've got another growth down there. This doesn't look very friendly at all, so I'm just going to take that one right out. There we go. And I've got to do that with all of these roses around here. Well, quite a few, a little bit of dead on here, so we're going to take that out as well. Tidy that off down there. Lovely. Let's get on to this one next. Work my way round the border. Well, that's the roses down here. I've now got a bit of tidying up on the far side to do before the stream comes out now, so we're getting ready for that. Cut the fennel down and see the new growth coming at the bottom of that. That's lovely. So yeah, just a little bit of tidying up to do around here, and the forget-me-nots we'll let grow through, give us a nice bit of blue colour at the bottom there until they die, and then we'll pull those up. Right, let's just show you what I've been doing at the top. So up here by the back of the house, I've just got a few brassica seedlings in. I'm going to see whether I can get some winter greens growing out here, and right by the kitchen door, so if they do grow, it'll be very, very handy. Right, so I think that's it for today's show, so let's do a little sum up. Well, that brings us almost to the end of another show. I'd like to just start off by apologising for the fact that this particular show has come out really, really late in the month of February. I've had some major IT issues, and that's meant I've had to refilm some segments of this show. Other parts I've had to transfer from a camera to a mobile phone in order to then get the computer to recognise the files. So it's been a bit of a nightmare, but hopefully it's been worth it. Another thing that I have been experimenting with is catching some pictures of the garden off the security cameras, and I was going to just do 1 or 2 a month and then put it all together at the end of the year so we could see the different colours and everything else of the garden. But what I have done is for 28 days consecutively, I've taken some pictures and put those together so that you can see the sort of thing, and then let me know whether you think it's an idea for me to keep doing every month how it goes, or just to do the end of year one. So I'll show you that now. Well, I'm not sure what you thought of that, whether you think it's an idea worth pursuing or not, but please let me know. Anyway, today, what have I done? So, started off getting some more seeds going in the greenhouse, and hopefully, a month's time, with the warmer weather coming, the longer days of sunlight in the greenhouse, they'll germinate fairly reasonably quickly, and we can start getting some nice plants ready for the spring and summer. Over the next couple of weeks I've got quite a lot more seeds to put in. I haven't been able to get to the front garden as I said I was going to, because of the rain that we've had. The front garden's basically been flooded and it's not workable, so I've got to wait for that to dry out a bit before I can do any more work there. So hopefully I'll be able to show you that in the next show. Also, the little roof that I was going to be doing over the back, because of the bad weather, it's not been suitable to actually get out and do that, so I'm going to wait until the weather improves and then do that as well. But generally, the bits and pieces that I'm wanting to do, the pruning and things, it's all going ahead as planned. I've got some more to finish and I'll bring you that in the next show, and I'm hoping to get the March show out by probably the second week of March. I won't have as many NHS appointments coming up, so I've had 2, sometimes 3 a week over this last month to 6 weeks, and that's made it rather difficult. But hey ho, we're moving ahead. I've got cauliflowers looking really good in the greenhouse now. So the way things are going, I'm really looking forward to this spring and summer period, and then to the harvest at the end of the year. So now I'm not at work, I can spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day. I can't really do more than that, unfortunately, because of my health, but 10 to 15 minutes a day, every day in the garden, and I'll stay on top of it. So I'm really looking forward to being able to share some lovely colour with you over the coming months. Well, that's about it for today then. So what it leaves me to do is to ask you to stay well, stay safe, and to be kind to each other. And with a small glass of Cabernet Sauvignon, happy gardening. Cheers.